And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams. As we're just about ready to get this one started.
I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the seven.
It's time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, when LaMarcus Aldridge left the Blazers for San Antonio in 2015, most expected a rebuild in Portland. But Blazers GM Neil Olshey said there was never going to be any bottoming out. There was development. We brought in quality, undervalued players, and they've begun to thrive in our system and our culture. Kevin, they have reason to be proud in Portland.
Indeed, there is. Thanks, David. Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Doncic out there with G. It's Mr. Fundamentals, and it's ABC, and it's Porzingis in at the power forward position. And for the Trailblazers, they've got Mitchell. Pippen is out there with D. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Jay in at the 2 spot. We've got a terrific front court matchup tonight. Chris, you were the prototypical 4 when you played. Who was the toughest power forward you had to defend?
Okay, I'm going to give you the same answer I always have. When I was in the West Coast, any given week, this is who I had to guard in a week's time. Tim Duncan, Garnett, Bizzy, Rasheed Wallace, Robert Horry, Karl Malone. That was all in the West Coast, and I think I played in the golden era of power forwards, and so I would just say, put all the names in the hat, pick one out, and that's who was the toughest, because it was like that every night.
Hall of Famers, including yourself. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. The pass to Joseph. Lillard outside. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Pass to ABC. That one goes. Count it.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Passes to Jay. Now Pippen. By Doncic. And Pippen with the baseline. The assist by Lillard.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Outside Gonzalez. The pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Here's ABC. Here's Doncic. Joseph with the rebound.
Credit to D for not giving up on that play. He's a tough cover down low.
Here's Jay. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the Blazers boasting one of the game's elite backcourts, Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. I mean, other than the Splash Brothers, these two have the most points and three-pointers of any duo over the last handful of seasons.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And the Blazers used to stagger Lillard and McCollum's minutes. Chris, now they've embraced these two playing together more often.
Yeah, and they should, Kevin. I mean, they're both standing about 6'3", so defensively they give up a little height. But on the offensive end, the firepower that they bring to bear is something to watch.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Outside Gonzalez from 20 feet out. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
He's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
And he knows it too. He tried to get away with it. Sometimes you do. That time he didn't.
Lillard, the pass to Joseph.
2 minutes.
He kicks it to Pippen. No good that time. And it's Dallas the other way. Pass to Doncic. And here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Well, so much of the last few seasons have been lost time for Kristaps Porzingis. That ACL injury and then working back from it in the 2019 campaign. Never an easy road to start.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, with all the time that Porzingis has missed, it's easy to forget just how dominant he is when he's healthy.
KP is one of the few game-changing talents in our league. He can carry an offense and boost an entire team's defense with his presence on the floor.
You know, hate on low, but we fly high. You know, talk is cheap, free Wi-Fi. Whoa! Heard they tryna steal away. Cut it out, spicy mommy's on the way. Talk about you, let away, I cut it out. Talk to me now, show you what they really about. Whoa, pipe down. First we shut them down, then we open up shop. Tryna stop, but no way, don't stop.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. .132 left to play in the first quarter. Back to McCollum. Over Hardaway. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball.
And that's a gift if I've ever seen one. They've got to communicate much better out there.
The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Curry with it. Now Anthony defending. Now Nowitzki, right wing. Gonzalez passes to Hardaway. Clock at 6. It's the mark. Portland grabs the miss. Pass to Slim. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Trailblazers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Curry is inside. Stolen away. Nice break. Here come the Trailblazers. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Smooth passes to McCollum. 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's B. Takes the 3. And Gonzalez pulls it down. Mavericks trail by 3. Robinson passes to Gonzalez. Outside Curry. Passes it to Nowitzki. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that wind.
Yeah, the defender just couldn't quite close the gap all the way. He got burned for it.
So at the end of 1 quarter to play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia, but thanks to his brother, developed a passion for the NBA.
My older brother, he was a big fan of the NBA always, and he always had pictures of Michael and then Kobe and Shaq, and then we both started watching a lot of NBA highlights. And then later on, 13, 14, Kobe and Powell, you know, I used to watch those guys play a lot.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Attacking, drawing fouls as they won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were just the more aggressive team. I mean, feeding off this crowd's energy.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. They've got Curry. Nowitzki is out there with Jay. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Robinson in at the center, locking down the middle. When you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have? You were special. So you've got to have a very special category for this.
Well, thanks, kid. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, when I think about him, and also Joel Embiid, the fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop. As a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said he clicked right away. They're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special. Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different time.
If they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. And the pass to Charles. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Slim. And there it is. Timeout. Slim's got the lead up to 3 now for the Trailblazers.
And despite those shooting problems in the first quarter, they have the lead and look like they're finally getting it together offensively.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. .49 left now here in the second. Pass to Mr. Moves. Over to the wing. Here's ABC. Outside Gonzalez. Beyond the arc. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That's his first foul. The McCollum's checked in for Slim.
In your Trailblazers, C.J. McCollum.
We've got 1:13 left in the first half, and he makes that one. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put it in.
Here's Mr. Moves, trying to get open as Marjanovic, and the layup falls. Mr. Moves got the game tied up here for Dallas. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Jay. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. Kicks it out to Lillard. Misses the 3.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Gonzalez, that's good.
Facilitating from the inside. I mean, that could be a valuable asset for any offense.
Lillard scanning the floor. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Marjanovic.
Trailblazers ball.
Seconds left here in the second. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Gonzalez, and the call on the shot sends him to the line. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of this quarter.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good from G. And G drops them both. Lillard with it. Three-pointer. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Mavericks ahead, up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Reminds me of myself at the free throw line. They have been shooting horribly out there. This is not a team that should be executing so poorly on offense. They need to completely revamp their approach, move the ball, set better screen, find the open man, get to the basket. They need to get to the basics right now.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
it, we gon' get it till it's ours.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. G really making a difference here.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
He's so good at reading opportunities and seizing up on whatever the defense gives up.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, D out there with Mitchell. Then there's Jay. Then it's Pippen. And it's Lillard in at the one. The pass to Jay. There's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. How much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from your family that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
The Mavericks shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Porzingis. And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Sign him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
And both free throws good for Porzingis. Trailblazers trail by 6. Pass to Mitchell. Outside, Joseph. The feed to Pippen. And it's blocked.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
The Mavericks have looked good at the line today. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for Slim. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Smooth comes in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Gonzalez, he's checked in for ABC. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for G. And it's Seth Curry in for Luka Doncic. And so he makes both from the line. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Slim. Lets it go from deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Picked his pocket. Here's the break. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
You can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Joseph with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Gonzalez passes to Curry. Dishes to Hardaway. The shot that time, not on target.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Outside, Gonzalez. Out to Porzingis. Fires for 3. And the 3 ball is good. Porzingis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
I don't think we'll ever see another 7'3" player who can drain the three like Porzingis. He takes the idea of that inside-outside threat to a whole nother level.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
That's his second personal.
The Trailblazers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Mitchell at the line for 2.
First free throw is good. So for the Trailblazers, he's checked in for Joseph. Anthony comes in for Slim, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Jay. Dallas also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Mr. Fundamentals. Robinson is subbed in for Porzingis. He hits both from the stripe. 1:24 left to play here in the 3rd. Passes it to Hardaway. Back to Curry. Ball's knocked loose. And here comes the break. Here's Charles. Curry with the defensive effort. Mavericks leading by 7. Hardaway goes in. That shot is off. Good D by Mitchell. B the pass to Charles. The pass to B. A fadeaway, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And so Curry will bring it up for Dallas. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Robinson kicks to Curry. Back to Robinson. Some nice passing here by Dallas. It's to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Nice interior defense. Can't give him any space inside or he'll burn it.
Lays it in off the alley-oop.
Again, great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. A good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
And here is Hardaway. No good on the last second attempt there. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mavericks lead by 5. And 4th quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
This is how you quarterback an offense. He sees and anticipates what the defense is doing.
With 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Trailblazers trail by 5. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Mr. Moves out there with G. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Robinson in at the 5. Knocked loose. The waiter passes to McCollum. There's the waiter. Makes it off the glass. The Waiters got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Trailblazers. Doncic against Anthony. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. So both teams making some changes here.
ABC.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. 6 on the shot clock. Poked away, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take.
That's just a needless giveaway. got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Lillard misses. Mavericks leading by 3. Robinson. Oh, that was a strong dunk.
That's why you go home. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. It's tipped. Stolen by Robinson. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Robinson's got the ball.
And that couldn't have gone better for them right there. Forget about playing it safe. They're looking to finish this thing off in style.
Now, here's Lillard with the teardrop. Fires from deep. Kept alive. And another shot. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. Right side, Gonzalez. And the Mavericks get another bucket right there.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
In perfect timing, with the small lead, they're doing all they can to protect it.
Now a timeout called by Portland's team.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, G.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He said, guys, we don't want to play hero ball. We don't want to take threes that aren't there. There are better options when you run the offense all the way through. Everyone see if they can make that adjustment.
And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. 9-point game. And Lillard gets it to go.
You can tell Lillard loves to test his range. He's showing how confident he's pulling the trigger.
Here's ABC, guarded by Pippen. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Let's go. Good. The assist goes to Doncic. And that's now 11 points for Porzingis.
He's having a great night from the floor. They're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Now Lillard. Off target at the rim.
Playing him tough inside, air preventing the layup. Got to get the whole team pumped up.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Assist from.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. Just a total team effort.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Passes it to Gonzalez. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. That shot off. Good work defensively by Lillard. Out to the right wing. Near the three-point line, it's Joseph. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
So we see the Mavericks get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. See you later.